don't you talk about what the traditional carnivore diet looks like for most people, and then what your take is on it?
Sure, there's so many different varieties of carnivore depending on how strict you need to be. So the strictest is going to be the lion diet. Most people that are doing that, it's like beef, salt, and water. Sometimes people include other ruminants as well. And a lot of people think that's what carnivore is, but that's really, really, really strict. I think that is reserved for people that are the sickest and that need to do like a pure elimination diet in order to heal. I personally have never done the lion diet, and I've been on carnivore for 3 years. I think for most people coming to carnivore, you could do all meat, all seafood, eggs, and butter. And then there's some people that can include liquid dairy and cheese as well. So
Mhm.
it just depends on why. What are your whys? Why are you coming to carnivore in the first place? And then you can always switch your strictness depending on what you're trying to achieve.
Right.
So I've evolved a little bit. Sometimes now I'm not doing any dairy. I have been experimenting with raw dairy. I have Hashimoto's, so I can't tolerate conventional dairy. I can do butter. I cannot do liquid dairy or cheese. So you just kind of have to like tailor it to your metabolic health profile and what goals you're trying to achieve. In addition to that, like Atkins, a lot of people think Atkins is carnivore, and perhaps in the first phase of it, but then even in Atkins, they reintroduce carbohydrates and things at different levels. And then another like a common misconception of what is carnivore is like the meat and fruit diet that like Paul Saladino and some others do. That I would consider an animal-based diet. When you start including fruit or other plant material, it's no longer carnivore technically.
Right.
And some people do include spices. Some people include sauces. And I would still consider that to be carnivore as long as you're reading the ingredients labels. It's not those things aren't full of sugar and things like that. So you can really tailor it to your specific needs.
Yeah, and I think you said something very important and key is that you don't have to be super strict, and you can tailor your diet, whether it's strict carnivore to a little more relaxed, depending on your current state of health. So it's not just your genetics, but it's, hey, I just traveled and got hit with the spike protein. I may need to pull in the reins a little bit and be a little more strict with what I'm putting in my mouth versus, gosh, I'm really feeling good. My hormones are on point. My thyroid's on point. My liver is functioning well. I can eat a little bit more freely and not be worried about it. And so there's also this mindset, regardless if you're talking about carnivore or veganism, where people identify themselves as their food plan. And you aren't just what you eat, right? You are a real person, and what you eat supports that, but you don't have to be, I'm strict carnivore or I'm a strict vegan. There's some play in it and listening to your body, and everyone has different individual needs. One of my mentors is definitely all into wild animal protein and a animal based diet. She has to be vegan right now because her health has taken a turn where her liver cannot process animals right now. But does that mean it's forever? No. So, as we're talking about this, I just want to keep emphasizing you want to listen to your own symptoms. And if it's not working for you, then that's when you change, just like Jenny did, right? And